Tonight we report on a shooting that left one injured in Quincy, and thousands of items are donated during Wilson Creek's food drive. What's happening in sports, Sean?
Thanks, Alan. The Running Vikes take first in the Big Bend crossover, and the Lady Vikings take fourth in Green River. Here's a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Good to be with you, everybody. Pretty quiet weather for the moment, but there is heavy rain and snow in the forecast. I'll bring you all the details in a few moments.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on I-Fiber-One News.
From the I-Fiber-One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is I-Fiber-One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is I-Fiber-One News, and it starts now.
Quincy police are looking for a 19-year-old Quincy man in connection to a Friday night shooting. Police received reports of shots being fired in the 300 block of A Street Southeast and found a 19-year-old man was wounded. He was taken to Quincy Valley Medical Center in a private vehicle. Police Chief Bob Heimbach stated, quote, "Information at this time is that 3 male subjects were seen running from the area after the gunshots were heard. At this point, we do not have a motive for this shooting, but it is possibly gang-related." Police are looking for Adrian Diaz, who is believed to have important information regarding this incident. People with information regarding the shooting are asked to contact Officer Stormy Bachman or Detective Jorge Trujillo at 509-787-2222. Ephrata's Foursquare Church is holding its annual clothing drive to help the homeless, and while demand continues to increase, so does community support. Reporter Devin Higgins has this story.
The Ephrata Foursquare Church may look quiet on the outside, but inside it's a whole different story. Since 2010, the church's volunteer ministry program has assisted the homeless by collecting coats, hats, and other winter clothing for men, women, and children. Coordinator Dawn Prince said she's seen the demand increase in the recent years, but so is the support of the community.
Actually, it's a lot more this year than what we've had in the past 3 years. The community is getting much more involved. We had 2 churches that helped us out this year, and not just for the Christmas project, but through the whole entire year getting ready to get this far. So.
Prince added that while they have an abundance of adult clothing, they're still in need of coats for children of all ages to keep them warm for the next few months. Aside from the clothing drive, the church gives out free hygiene packs containing soap, shampoo, and toiletries. Prince said it's a necessity which the homeless often can't afford.
Well, the homeless in particular don't have the means to buy that kind of thing. Even if they get a little bit of assistance from the state, it's usually only for food stamps. So hygiene products are one of the things that they don't buy and that they can't buy. And so we put enough in the bags to last them for approximately a month. And so each bag costs about $15 to $20 to put together.
On Thursday, the church will open its doors to the community for a full Christmas dinner and are expecting in excess of 200 people. Prince said that while the holiday season is the highlight of the year, her group will continue to help wherever and however it can. In Ephrata, Devin Higgins for I-Fiber-One News.
Moses Lake residents may see the second increase in the ambulance utility fee within a year. The City Council is expected to vote on increasing the ambulance utility fee to $15 a month at its meeting tonight. The proposal follows a $2.80 increase in September, which raised the rate to $11.10. The council made the change with the aim to eliminate the money the city spent to subsidize the service. City officials reported even with the change, the city expects to spend roughly $500,000 from the city's general fund to support the ambulance service. Following a report on the ambulance service, Council Member Jason Avila suggested increasing the utility rate to $15 and cutting 2 positions from the service. A dispute about a tablet computer led to a Cascade Valley man receiving a significant head injury on Saturday evening. The first call to 911 reported a female babysitter was attacked by a man with a gun. According to the Grant County Sheriff's Office on Monday, the caller said the suspect did not shoot but struck the babysitter. The call appeared to be misleading. Deputies and Moses Lake police officers responded to a house on Lee Drive Northeast and found a 48-year-old man with a head wound. A deputy found the suspect, placed him at gunpoint, and then the suspect reportedly ran. Officers canvassed the area and arrested Olajide Fletcher, a 24-year-old Moses Lake man, for assault and burglary. The investigation led deputies to believe Fletcher went to the house and attacked the man because he thought the victim had stolen a tablet computer. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break. We'll be back right after this.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
There's something new and exciting happening right now at your nearest Toyota dealer. It's the arrival of the all-new 2014 Corolla, now featuring a new stylish exterior, plus a premium interior loaded with technology, including Toyota's N-Tune multimedia system with navigation. Corolla has definitely evolved. The best part is, right now you could take advantage of special introductory savings. The new 2014 Corolla, available at any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hello everybody, good to be with you. I'm Ceci Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center. Your entire viewing area forecast is brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Let's begin with a quick look at your headlines across the area. Just a few hours away from Christmas Eve day across the region. Now, variable weather pattern is in store. Overnight tonight, mostly cloudy skies with temperatures above average, and it is that next Pacific storm impacting our immediate region and bringing some valley rain and also mountain snow. Christmas Day, we are anticipating for the scenario to remain pretty quiet and dry for the moment. Temperatures topped out around 41 this afternoon in Ephrata. 32 was the low. Sunset for 11. The normal high should be 32 and the average low 20. And across Moses Lake, similar scenario has panned out. High 43, the low 32. Here's a quick look outside your door with gray skies and these temperatures in the upper 30s. The wind out of the south at around 4 miles per hour. Now, as we head into the next few hours, conditions will be deteriorating with these gray skies. Heavy rains expected to continue to filter into the area, and the colder air mass and along the higher elevations. Snow showers expected to continue developing along inland northwest well into western portions of Montana. Now, we notice this precipitation will be exiting the region to give way for Thursday, Christmas Day, for a drier air mass to remain in place, and some scattered showers expected to continue impacting coastal areas of our state. Here's a quick look at what we can expect this Wednesday afternoon, Christmas Eve day, across the entire area. Yakima, gray skies, and across Seattle in the mid-40s with mostly cloudy skies and that potential for rain. A closer look across the basin, we're expecting for a bit of a drier scenario. Slight chance for rain cannot be ruled out. Moses Lake into Wilson Creek with readings in the lower 40s. And during the next few days, we notice for Thursday across the region, cannot rule out some of the precipitation and also giving way to a drier air mass for Friday. Notice these temperatures ranging from the lower 40s on Thursday to the upper 30s on Friday. Now, Saturday looking a bit gray with temperatures in the mid-30s. Still a few degrees above average. It won't be until Monday where we could be seeing these temperatures heading back to more seasonable and even below average as we head into next Tuesday. Good to be with you, everybody. Your segment brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Now to sports.
You don't need me to tell you that 4 and all-wheel drive time is on its way. But maybe you didn't know your local Toyota dealers are gearing up for the season with special savings on our top-selling 4 and all-wheel drive models. From tough Tundra trucks to our best-selling CUV RAV4 or Venza, the perfect blend of all-wheel drive with safety and style. Plus many others. The bottom line is exceptional 4 or all-wheel drive savings just in time for winter. For full details on these and other savings, visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
When you find out about the DQ $5 lunch, all this food for only $5, you gotta tell people about it. So I situated nice. Frosty drink next to this juicy grilled burger and fries. Get my sundae, boom. I just dropped a $5 lunchagram on all my friends. Get ready for a little $5 envy.
Michael, we like your style. The $5 lunch. Entree, fries, drink, plus a sundae. Only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Big Bend men's basketball is off to a great start, taking 9 of its first 12 non-league games. The team has won 6 straight and is tied with Wenatchee for first in the NWAC East region. The Running Vikes beat Pierce College 69-64 on Saturday to take the Big Bend NWAC crossover. Reporter Bob Kirkpatrick caught the Vikes in the first round of the crossover versus Shoreline.
3 players scored in double figures, and the Running Vikes beat Shoreline 82-65 in round 1 of the Big Bend NWAC crossover tournament. Wyatt Johnson led the Running Vikes attack with 17 points. Donovan Wright and Mogi Ledoux hit for 12 each. It was a close first half with Big Bend holding a 42-36 lead at the break. The Running Vikes kicked it into high gear to outscore the Dolphins 40-29 in the second half to run away with it. Big Bend had a huge advantage on the glass, out-rebounding Shoreline 45-24. The team shot 47% from the field and hit 40% of its shots from beyond the arc. The win puts the Running Vikes in a semifinal matchup with Southwest Oregon tonight at 7.
The Running Vikes are back on the hardwood to host the Holiday Classic, the 29th through the 31st. Lady Vikings beat host Green River 81-66 to place 4th at the Green River crossover. Riley Jamette led the Big Bend attack with 18 points. Aubrey Vale knocked down 17. The Lady Vikings are 4-5 in non-league play and are currently in 7th place. We caught up with head coach Preston Wilkes before the season and learned of a special player for Big Bend.
Lady Vikings basketball is right around the corner. With games starting next week, Big Bend is confident about the upcoming season, especially with their sophomore leadership.
Well, you know, 4 of the 11 girls are returners, and the 4 that are coming back got to play quite a bit last year because of our circumstances last year with finishing the year with just 8 kids. So those 4 freshmen are that are back as sophomores. I mean, they're really battle tested. They played a lot of minutes as freshmen.
A new season brings new expectations, and Coach Wilkes thinks this team can do something special.
Every year is a new year, and every year there's, the possibilities are limitless. And so we're excited to see what happens this year and see if we can't do something special this year.
One player who's looking to have a special season is sophomore Elizabeth LaRue. Elizabeth was diagnosed with lymphoma cancer last February and has gone through 6 months of chemotherapy. She's been cleared to play as long as she has enough energy. Coach Wilkes says her fight is all the motivation his team needs.
She's been an amazing example to all of us this year, and I think that's one reason why our chemistry is so good this year, is because of Kim, because of Elizabeth, watching her sacrifice and what she's been going through. It's really brought us closer together.
For Fiber One News, Sean Wells.
The team is back in action at the Skagit Valley College Tournament the 28th through the 30th. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or Farm and Ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about a food drive in Wilson Creek that benefited nearly a dozen local families. Reporter Jeff Chu has that story.
Wilson Creek, with a population of around 200 people and a small school, has collected about 1,600 food items in its annual winter food drive. Students and staff hauled the food from classrooms into the school's cafeteria last week to carefully organize it into boxes for needy families. The food drive has become a popular holiday season competition between classrooms, the winner of which gets a pizza party for collecting the most food. Wilson Creek School Principal Sally Nelson, who instructed students on how to evenly distribute the food into boxes, explained how the effort works.
This year we actually have 11 families selected. So it will go to 11 anonymous names, families, and there's also gifts that go with them. And it's a great, it's just a great way for our kids really to see. Earlier this morning, we probably had 12 to 14 kids involved. They went to each classroom and they picked up all the food, and then different staff members helped get it all up here. They line it out all along the stage. Then we organize it all like you've been seeing us do. And then once it's all organized, then we take it and start putting it all evenly into the boxes.
Nelson said the families are carefully chosen based on need.
There's an anonymous way we do it. And so just because, we don't want anybody to feel badly about it, it's something that we really want to do. And it's just a joint effort from the Wilson Creek School District.
Carol O'Callahan, the school's librarian, now charged with overseeing the food drive, said she was impressed with the program, having seen it in action for the first time.
It's just kind of been nonstop since I started in September, and I've been hearing about this all semester long, what a big production this is and what a lot of pride the kids take in it, and it's certainly true. And the community and how they come through. I mean, we have about 1,600 items, and not including 2 turkeys and a ham per family. A lot of those were donated or hugely reduced in price by some of the local grocery stores, and that was nice. And also collected by our Wilson Creek Livestock 4-H Club and families of those kids. Just amazing.
Inside preschool teacher Jessica True's classroom, gifts for 20 children were stowed away in bags waiting for distribution. Rihanna Skidmore, a sophomore who has helped with the food drive since 7th grade, expressed how she understands the food drive helps needy families.
I feel like I'm helping people get food who can't afford to get food or can't manage to get their family what they need to eat. That way that they don't go to bed hungry and everything.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back after this.
Are your kids rough on your furniture? Things looking a little run down? Then come to More Furniture in Ephrata and we can help get things back in order. We have all the top name brands made with strong quality support, including Sealy Posturepedic mattresses, because whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. The next time your furniture is in need of some replacing, stop into More Furniture in Ephrata, locally owned and trusted for over 100 years.
Attention business owners. The deadline is fast approaching to advertise in the 2015 edition of the Moses Lake Local Book. Don't be the only business left out. In print or online, it's the best way to reach your customer when they're ready to buy. Call today to place your ad by calling 877-738-9829 or by visiting us online at www.statewideyp.com. The Moses Lake Local Book Telephone Directory. Simply the best advertising.
Welcome back. 3 people were injured on Monday after 2 vehicles collided on State Route 28, about 5 miles west of Quincy. According to the Washington State Patrol, Elias Manjares, a 57-year-old Royal City resident, was driving east in a 1995 Ford Ranger when he struck a trailer being pulled by a 2005 Ford F-350. About 5 minutes later, Jennifer Rice, a 32-year-old East Wenatchee resident, was approaching the scene in a 2012 GMC Terrain and collided with the Ford Ranger and the trailer. The GMC caught on fire. Manjares and his passenger, Cruz Guido, a 49-year-old Wenatchee resident, and Rice were taken to Quincy Valley Medical Center for their injuries. The driver of the Ford F-350, Dale Dalkey, a 60-year-old Waterville resident, was uninjured. The State Patrol determined both Manjares and Rice were driving too fast for conditions and were issued tickets. Flu season has gotten worse, according to the Grant County Health District. The Health District received more than 200 positive influenza lab reports for people ill in Grant County. Moses Lake schools are reporting about 10% absenteeism. Most of the cases are located in the Moses Lake, Quincy, and Mattawa areas and were reported within the last 2 weeks. Grant County Health Officer Dr. Alexander Brzezinski stated he wants residents to know the flu vaccine is still the best protection against becoming ill. The Health District urges everyone to get a flu shot as soon as possible. The flu vaccine is widely available through clinics and pharmacies. In Northwest news, a woman who had been already arrested for swiping packages from doorsteps apparently didn't learn her lesson. Within 2 days, she was out stealing again. Dan Haggerty has the details.
After Martha Lampley's debut on 10 News, deputies arrested her for allegedly swiping packages from people's doorsteps. You'd think she'd have learned her lesson.
And within 48 hours, she was back committing the same crimes.
Sergeant Greg Hampton told us that Lampley bailed out and went right back to her old, previously well-documented tricks.
She entered the residence of an elderly man, and eventually she was able to take his iPad and leave the residence.
When deputies arrested her for the first time, they found her vault of stolen stuff, a storage unit with guitars, clothes, a bunch of jewelry, and stacks of shoes. Some people actually got their stuff back, while most of it sits in wait, despite this popular holiday crime tallying up a long list of victims.
We received well over 25 emails, phone calls.
Lampley, on the other hand, needs to call a lawyer, a good one. Because she has a record, served prison time, was on parole during her first arrest, and out on bail for the second, she may be spending Christmas behind bars for the next 44 years. Dan Haggerty, 10 News.
A Marine returns home after being deployed for more than a year. He surprised his family and returned home as his girlfriend went into labor. Katie Hargett has the story.
Timothy Lamb is a private first class in the United States Marines. He's been away for more than a year and hasn't seen his family in months. But Sunday, he surprised them with a nearly week-long homecoming.
Means a lot. I didn't think I was going to be able to come home.
But there was also a new addition on the way as Timothy got off the bus from North Carolina on Sunday morning. His girlfriend Brianna Zott had just gone into labor. So as soon as Lamb's feet hit Michigan soil, his mother rushed him to the hospital in Muskegon to greet his girlfriend before the baby arrived.
Look up. Look up. Babe. Look up. Told you I'd be.
A moment Brianna Zott thought she wouldn't experience for several more months.
I was like, well, I know they didn't put drugs in that thing. I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I couldn't even breathe. I'm glad he's here.
Lamb will only be home for a few days before preparing for his first round of active duty, a 2-year tour in Japan. But while he's home, he'll soak up moments like these.
Very proud of him. He has no idea. You have no idea how proud I am of you.
In Muskegon, Katie Hargett, Fox 17 News.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.